Hey, we got 3 contracts this week in our business, which is great. It's a nice week. That would average out to about 12 contracts for a month if we were doing that every week. And we have done that before, but this month I think we got 3 contracts and we have 2 more signed that will probably turn into contracts. So it's really almost a 5 contract week. But that puts us at 7 for the month of September. And it's about quality over quantity is what we've been focusing on over the last couple of months. And I think it makes a big difference. We've done it where you can get a lot of contracts and then you end up canceling some, and it's a waste of time and money to work on contracts that aren't going to close, and it's also not good for your relationship with sellers, and it can be stressful for to have to go back to people and tell them you have to cancel or the price isn't right, things like that. So we've really put a focus on quality over quantity over the last few months, even 6 months or more. And I think it's starting to pay dividends because really, we want a higher close rate. Historically we're closing like 50% of our contracts, and part of that is because of land, because land deals just tend to have more issues, I think, than houses with heirs and title stuff, chain of title issues. But we want to get our contract to close rate up, and it also, like I said, it puts less drag on the overall system of the business because you don't have dispositions working on deals that aren't going to close. You don't have acquisitions people having to go back to sellers and ask for price reductions. You don't have sellers getting mad because you locked their property up and then you didn't close it. So all those things are energy drains, and all that energy and the time spent on contracts that don't close costs money, right? So quality over quantity is where we're at right now. I think anybody can get contracts. All you have to do is give sellers what they want or close to what they want. But if you want to actually close deals, then taking the extra time is a good thing. We have a post-contract review process, so we don't. Sometimes when the seller signs an e-sign and we get a notice, we review and make sure we want that contract and double and triple check everything before we sign on our end, just to make sure it's something we think we can do. And that helps too with the quality. So anyway, there it is.